How are you? No, I know I'm already a light bright, but that's not me. It's a glow, but it's not that much of a glow. Okay, that's Jesus putting his little light up on me. I guess he actually, as if I'm not bright enough for this camera. So you may need to dim your screen a little bit or put some glasses on. Anywho, I hope that you guys had a blessed day or having a blessed day. I hope that you're recharged and ready to go. Whether it was a good service you had today, you got to get a real nap today. Got to knock out some things. Whatever it was, I hope that it brought you peace and a sense of recharge and confidence to ready to go ahead and knock out another week this week. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. As though Mama Bear is at 34 weeks, going on 35 here at this Wednesday. Leaves us 6 weeks, almost 5 weeks left before my dear Mahari, my bun comes. Look at my little butt. My little Mahari comes. I can't believe it's almost that time already. I feel like just yesterday I beat on a stick. But I'm so excited. We got a lot of things coming down the pipeline. We've been nesting. Mama's been super nesting. Papa's been Bob the Builder, the black version of Bob the Builder times 100 on 100. So I'm blessed to have a man that is just excited as I am for this whole process and helping us get settled, scrubbing floors, the whole nine, getting the dogs cut, wash, groom, whatever, preparing, laying flooring. I mean, Papa's been doing it all. Mama bags are packed and ready for that moment when I gotta go to the hospital. We got baby shower coming up this weekend, so that's pretty exciting. So for Papa Bear, for my beautiful bonus son, it's a big deal for him being promoted to big brother. It's a big deal, and Mama Bear. So I'm excited and looking forward to celebrating with family and friends, all my loved ones, celebrating our dear Bun and just life in general, having a good time. So yes, the Lord has been good to me and the Brown household as well, and I pray the same for you. Healing has been going great. My healing journey has still been going great. Mama's doing good. I'm in a great place where I feel confident. I welcome mamahood with open arms. I'm ready. Still crushing those generational curses as usual. Excuse me. I'm ready. I have a confidence like no other walking into this era now and into my journey with mamahood. In healing, lately, I've had a lot of things revealed to me, not so good things, but hey, it's a part of healing. It's the good, bad, and the ugly. It ain't always pretty, right? It's been a whole lot of ugly in healing. We've been talking about a lot of things in therapy, preparing for mamahood, all that good jazz. So it's been wonderful. But there's a little message I wanted, to get on here and spread to my loves today. It was on my heart because of my therapy session and in my healing journey. I feel compelled to share with you guys as always. You all know that I got a big mouth, and that big mouth is for the people who have been silenced, right? So I live my life out loud, my story out loud. I bear no shame. I live it out loud for those people who have been silenced or don't have their voice, haven't found their voice yet, so that they know that healing is allowed. I live out loud so that you, my love, the one in the background that's not quite ready to speak on it yet, can know that healing is loud. You don't have to wait on anyone else. You go get your healing, baby. Okay, so which brings me into some things. So my mother, of course, into our topic. Let's get back into our topic of message today. So my mother and my father I haven't spoken to or I haven't seen here in a little over 2 years now due to my own personal choice. For my own health, my own sanity, and just for my healing, right? We can't heal in the same places and around the same people that have made us sick or hurt us, right? Gotta get yourself away from it. So I made my personal choice. Long and hard decision. It's very hard. By no means was this easy, but I had to do it for myself because I matter too, right? And for the sake of my journey into with my family, my newfound family, and my little one that's on the way, right? Gotta do what I gotta do. So anyway, and finding that we knew that the time was coming. Me and my therapist, and my husband, we all knew that this time would come that my mother, and finding out that I'm going to be a mama, that some things were going to come up, that she was going to find her way back to me in some shape, form, to reach out to me. Well, she did. I would say about a couple weeks ago, maybe almost she reached out to me, not out to me personally, but through someone else who contacted me and asked if it were okay to share my phone number with my mother, in which return I said, no, I'm not comfortable. That's called setting boundaries. Like, no, I'm not in a space to do that, to share my number. And we're not there. Like, we're not there. You haven't done any work within yourself. If you never do, that's cool, but I just can't have that. Your cut, people who cut you bleeding on me any longer. I can't have you bleeding on me anymore, right? So I've cleansed myself of that, of all your projections and all that stuff that comes with that, with the abusive perspective, aspect of having abusive parents. So anyway, I said, well, you can't give her my number, but she said, well, she just wants to check up on the grandbaby and you and stuff, and wants to kind of like, know how you're doing. Cool. All right. That way she can't have my number, right? So still setting boundaries. The conversation consisted of usual, my mother starting things out with, she said that God was working on her, and that she's been going to counseling and things of that sort. And I just listened. So, I just listened to her. She acknowledged some things, not all, not everything that needed to be acknowledged, half-truths, a lot of lies. So, I know my mother's been 35 years of dealing with this, right? So I know my mother's being dishonest, and pretty much being dishonest about that. So I noticed that there were no changes. She really wasn't going to see anyone, and there really was no psychiatrist. There really was no kind of attempt to say the Lord is working on her or all this other stuff, like the normal stuff. I'm used to that, right? And so it just further validated why I have set my boundaries with both my parents, right? And even if that means you're not seeing your grandchild, right? Because job, I'm the first line of defense is to make sure she's protected, even if it's from grandma and grandpa, right? So in the midst of her pouring out her heart and saying that she loved me, and saying all these half-truths and acknowledging what she wanted to acknowledge and the hurt that she caused me, if she caused me anything, the way that she put it, I said to myself, God, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you throughout the phone call. And I said my little piece and let her know that I have no expectations from her or of her no longer. That, in other words, you can be who you want to be, or the person that you've always been. Like, it doesn't really matter to me at this point. And I say, you have unresolved issues that have nothing to do with me, yada, yada, yada. And it was done in a very tasteful manner. It wasn't, bickering, barking, because I'm past all that, I'm healing. And I'm making peace with myself, within myself. So we got on that, and we were talking, and I just told her I have no expectations from you. I'm not expecting you to, so please don't feel like there's any pressure in this conversation for you to be somebody that you aren't. And if you lie, you lie. You don't want to be honest, you don't want to be honest. You want to tell the truth, I don't know. Hey, be what you want to be. You can say whatever you want to say, but it doesn't affect me. And so I shared that with you today. Like, we got off the phone and whatnot. And there's a lot of things, of course, that in between that, and that let me know that my mother is not in a place where she claims that she is, and that's okay. It's just not okay with me, And once I got off the phone, I told my husband, I'm so proud of myself, because the old Tiffany would have combated that, and I want you to own everything, and which I do deserve that, right? Don't value, because my feelings have been invalidated for so long. It hurts to know that someone caused you this pain. Now, this was like a very a moment of like, wow, you're really doing your work, because I knew that the Lord was testing me. Say, okay, you say you're doing your work. Let's see if you did your work. And I could see it, because I no longer waited on that apology to heal. I was still healing without an apology, a sincere one. Like, she says she's sorry, but she's not really, because of course we start seeing the same things in the conversation. I hear the same things, let me know my mother hasn't changed. So it let me know, like, Tiff, you freed yourself of that in your healing process, of that desire to want an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. And look at you. You're still growing. You're still glowing. You're still moving along in life. You did all of that without that. And I said that to you guys. I said that you can do the same thing. Never lean on, if anything I've learned in my healing journeys, never lean or leave your healing in the hands of an individual's apology wrongdoing. You may never get it. It may not be ever be sincere. And I promise you, like me, when you do hear it, even if you know it's insincere, it may not mean nothing to you. It meant absolutely nothing to me when I know it was insincere, but there's so much damage done at that point in time, really didn't matter. So had I had waited on my healing to listen to her apologize, I would still be, so far behind in my healing. I would still be the old damaged Tiff. Like I still have work to do, but I realized I didn't need that to move forward, to heal, to be my best self. I was my best self without that. Sucks that I didn't get it, because I do deserve that. It would be nice in a perfect world to hear my mother say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I wasn't a good mother, but my mother still owned, even in the conversation, that she was a good mom. And I let her have that. I wasn't going to combat that because I know in my heart my mother was not. And it still proves to me she still has a lot of work to do if she even started any work. And that hurt to hear that she still thinks she's a good mom. That genuinely just like hates you. And of course we know it's a projection of self-hate that she projects onto me. But imagine that, like, we're talking like I can't make this stuff up. Like, just discovering, in my healing here not too recently, that my mom had a shrine of me in a closet that she kept locked. And I knew this closet. I never got to see what was in it, but she kept it locked. But to know that there was a shrine and candles with my name on it, my mom practiced voodoo and witchcraft and all this crazy stuff, but put literally a letter under there, of all the things that she wished harm on me, all the evil she wanted to cast on me, to make me pay, right? For what? For the abuse that I choose to speak about now. And out of envy, whether it's because of my looks, it's, envious of looks, envious of my accomplishments, just for existing, because this went on even into childhood, just for existing. So fathom that, and carrying that. So I want to share that with you today, my loves, to tell you that you can do the same thing too. You can rise above any situation without an apology or acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Don't allow that to hinder your growth and your healing, baby. Whether it's a crappy guy that broke your heart, a crappy woman that broke your heart and they ghosted you and you never really got closure, or maybe you've had an abusive family member, may not be a mom or dad, maybe whoever, insert there, like whoever hurt you at some point in time that you really do deserve that apology from, but you're still seeking that. Don't stay stagnant in your growth, sis, bro, because of that apology that is warranted but may never come. Because imagine waiting that long for that, and you may get it one day. And then, you could imagine how farther you could be in life where you're unbothered, honey. You're untouched. Or those parts of you will still hurt. God knows it'll be with me for all my life. These are my parents we're talking about. It doesn't go away. We learn how to cope with it, and we learn how to live our life and move on in life, right? But it's still there. But it's not weighing me down to the point where it's hindering my growth, right? I found love in the midst of healing. I'm a mother times two, my beautiful bonus son and my firstborn on the way, all of that. And I'm ready. I'm confident. I'm so ready for everything that the Lord has to offer me and just life in general. I'm still smiling like I'm my happiest I've ever been. And it was all without that apology that I wanted and desired so bad, that change that I wanted to see. You know, all of that, you may never get it. You may never get it, but I'm telling you today, loves, to go ahead. If you haven't started, start your healing journey. If you're in the midst of healing, keep on trucking, baby. You may never get it, and that's okay, but I'm proof that you can still come out, baby. A big ball of sunshine, even in the midst of a storm. It's going to pass. It's going to pass. And you let go and you let God deal with those individuals. You let them go, you let them deal with that, and you just accept that you do. And then from there, you create this mentality where you no longer try to paint a picture of people and have expectations. You let people be whatever version they want to be to you, and then you decide from there how you want to carry that, how you want to handle that. Because you want people to show you who they are. Don't try to look for, a change in them or whatever. Allow people to be who they are, baby. You deal with them accordingly and keep it moving, right? And if you need some help, like I said, Tiffs heart inbox and her ears are always open, baby. But I thought somebody could use that message today. Never, ever, ever lean on the apology or acknowledgement of wrongdoing from any individual. Never, ever leave your healing in the hands of the individual's apology or any acknowledgement of anything done wrong. Don't hinder your growth, baby, waiting on that apology. Don't block your blessings for it, baby. You keep moving forward. Everything happens for a reason. There's a plan for everything. And baby, you'll realize that you'll come out better than what you were before and that you never even needed it. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I know that I'm going to be on here more often now that we're getting so close. Baby, share all that. I'll share all that with you. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah. Peace.